up with your boy? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Jimmy, thanks. The SCOE has opened an investigation into former Carytown manager Sean.
We have a duty to spend that money, in an appropriate way, to use it efficiently, effectively on behalf of the people.
Meanwhile, the mayor of Cary tells us Stiegel has not yet received any severance pay and won't get any until all contractual obligations have been met. The mayor, Harold Meinreich, believes criminal wrongdoing will avoid any severance pay. So, coming here on Eyewitness News tonight, demonstrations against immigration and customs enforcement are testifying in Minnesota as agents are caught on camera shooting tear gas at a crowd of demonstrators just blocks from where Renee Good was shot and killed last week.
Plus, the DOJ is pushing its team of lawyers to speed up the review of the Epstein files.
Where is my thing? There you go. We're home. We're home. We're home. We're home. What up, chat? What up, chat? Good morning. We coming early tonight.
Demonstrations continue in Minneapolis where federal agents use tear gas to bring
We're coming early tonight. Yeah, we're gonna come early. It was 3 of us instead of 2 tonight. Doesn't matter if it's late or not, early morning. Either way, if we get into a check, you already know the vibe. What up, my boy? Y'all should be late night with your boy. Let's go. What you on, man? How your day been? I'm surprised you done took your little cat nap for the night.
As tense moments unfold less than a block away from where Renee Good was shot and killed by ICE agent Jonathan Ross nearly a week ago. The Department of Justice calling the killing justified and are not cooperating with state or local agencies on an investigation. ABC News has learned at least 6 federal prosecutors working out of Minnesota.
Yeah, and you just waking up? At the same time, 2:44. Yep.
Investigation into Good, who they have called a domestic terrorist, and her ties to groups.
Well, you just not waking up? I'm just not getting off.
And new video obtained by Bringing the News showing THS agents arresting 2 workers.
Hell yeah. And now you're gonna be up for a minute now.
Lawmakers say they were U.S. citizens.
Our ICE operation in Minnesota, for example, is
I'm probably gonna be up about 5.
violent predators and child rapists, some of the worst criminal.
I'm low-key tired. It was cold today. I couldn't wait to get home, boy. It was cold out there tonight. But luckily we had 3 people, so it was easier. It was an easier, quicker night tonight. That was cool.
Commentators are pausing. Fear not, great people of Minnesota, the day of reckoning and retribution is coming. Some Democratic lawmakers in D.C. speaking out against immigration and customs enforcement tactics.
ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, relentless in their cruelty and Chicago and Portland and now Minneapolis and
I bet.
ABC News, Los Angeles. Justice Department continues its deep dive processing.
Shit, usually gonna get up to about 4:35. Shit, I like this. I did 2 little jobs. We got one more job tomorrow. We got one more job tomorrow. We done with all our Sonics. We done with all our Fullers. So now we got some chill time now. We got everybody done. Except for one more.
Some of the biggest names in Hollywood are in New York City tonight for the National Board of Review Gala.
It's one of several award shows.
So no more Sonics for a while. For 3 months. I know we gotta do it. Yeah, 3 months. We gotta do it another 3 months. We do all of them over. Remember when you hit 600 likes on your 600 likes? No, I don't remember that. On which one? 549. I don't even remember that one. Which one? The one like I got your was the one I got I got my eyes on the subject. That one. I got the eyes on the subject. Oh, that's my son. No, was that one? Yeah.
The popular K-pop group BTS is hitting the road after all 7 members completed South Korea's mandatory military service. Today they announced
You almost hit 600 likes, my boy. That's crazy.
with 3 hometown
That's,
concerts in South Korea.
I gotta go back. How many?
Shows in Japan, BTS is heading in.
I think I got about. I think I got I don't know, what 17, 18,000 views on there. Or was that one like 20 something? I don't know what that. I forgot what that one was.
General public sales launched the following day, and Alicia, our producer, knows all things BTS. It says a new album is coming out, so BTS fans are excited.
Don't worry, I'd get excited of them too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we gotta get ready for this.
Yeah, I got a couple. I think I know the Erica Badu one I did. The Erica Badu one might be at like 1,000 likes or something. I don't know that one. I know that. Yeah, I know that. I gotta go see. But I know that one got a lot of likes too. I just did a short for Drewski, but I don't know if I hold on. I don't know if I did put it public or not. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. I guess I'll try. I ain't gonna lie, my stomach is alarm clock. That's almost the reason I'm up at 3 o'clock. What? What the hell you gonna eat? What are you gonna eat at 3 o'clock in the morning? Cause you know if you eat some cereal right now, you're gonna lay down on it and your stomach gonna be hurting in the morning. So, what you gonna eat, a sandwich or something? Or you gonna eat some leftover dinner? Leftover from dinner? A waffle? Oh, the stomach. My stomach. Oh, I thought to my home, I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to shit. Oh, you done ate too much. Yeah. I know the feeling. That's how, man. That's how I was today at work, boy. My stomach was hurt like a motherfucker. Drinking that soda, eating all that food all day long. I said, God damn it, I'm ready to go home. I kept having to sit down like, oh shit. I gotta get this off me. Yeah. I know. That's like last night when I got off like some steak. I ate them steak potatoes and broccoli and shit at like 4 in the morning. Spiders could. I've seen them flying spiders before. What up, chat? What up, chat? I seen some flying monkeys. Damn, it's still cold. It's gonna be 53 degrees tomorrow. 53. Oh, we might get some rain tomorrow.
53 there, 53 in Durham, and 56 in Raleigh. First alert 7-day forecast showing those temperatures getting colder. Friday, great hockey night in Raleigh, good 44. Feeling like hockey weather. Saturday, partly sunny, 54. Sunday, 42. Sunday night game.
Y'all know me.
Football there because the another round of 30s.
I like to watch the news. I like to know what's going on around the world. What up, chat? What up, chat? De Niro, what up, De Niro? I knew my boy was up. I'm live on my other on the I'm live both times. We got 2 lives up, De Niro. I got Joshua on this one. I got you over here. Alright, I need my charger. Let's charge that. What you got going on in there, bro? I'm in the bird watching. I just love taking pictures. When the beat drop. Is this real? Is this real? What up, chat? We'll be right back. The Nero says, nothing relaxing. Nurse coming to the crib later for my infusion. Okay. Let's go.
The country's first ever residential inpatient center dedicated to treating an eating disorder known as avoidant restrictive food intake disorder in adults. That's when people severely limit the amount of food they eat.
So we toured the around-the-clock center designed for individuals with complex needs. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder has historically been viewed as a pediatric condition. Clinicians say they are seeing a growing number of adults struggling with this disorder, often without access to any specialized care. Clinic leaders say this is a major step in treating eating disorders.
And you know that only about 30% of people with an eating disorder ever get care.
It was a good night tonight. We had a good night tonight. It was smooth.
With any eating disorder. And so it really is, particularly with the triangle, like this is a first in the nation program, and it makes sense that it's here.
This program also offers care for sensory sensitivity, neurodivergence, and anxiety disorders. The center is located on Stirrup Creek Drive in Durham. Okay, next week is a chance for you to pay it forward, donating blood at our 6th annual ABC 11 Together blood drive.
Yes, Wednesday, January 21st from 10 to 6 p.m. Appointments are available at the Embassy Suites Crabtree in Raleigh, the streets of South Point in Durham, and Fayetteville Technical Community College.
ABC 11, huh? Mm-hmm. That's what was on when I left. It stays on. No, that's not what I want. We're gonna find us something to watch. Oh yeah, that's right. But I can't put the damn show on there, block my shit. That's all we can watch is the news. Hold on. Yeah, we gotta work about 5 o'clock. About 5. We gotta go to Pembroke tomorrow. Yeah, we gotta go to Pembroke. Pembroke tomorrow. Yep, we gotta do one more Fuller's. We did our last Sonics tonight. We got one more Fuller's to do, so we're gonna do all the Fullers, and we already did all the Sonics. So we got all of them out the way. We don't gotta do another Sonic for another 3 months. So we do theirs again in like 3 months. We do our last Fuller's tomorrow. But then we got some other stuff to do, but we got them all out the way. Yeah. Yes, sirski. I gotta grind. I gotta get some stuff. I gotta get some stuff. It goes hard out here for a pimp. Look, we got 2 over here. We got 2 eyeballs. We got 3 thumbs. Let's go. 2 eyeballs, 3 thumbs. The sun got beat by the heat. Man, it feels so good in the house right now, boy. It was cold up there. The heat feels good. In here, the time I don't want to turn the heat off. Nah, not tonight. I'm right on top of that bitch tonight. You need that heat. Keep that heat going.
Professional softball.
Oh, I love that.
Very cool, yeah.
Very cool.
And thank you everyone for watching. It's been good for us here tonight.
Remember, the news is always on at abc11.com, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow.
Yep, I need to take these socks off though.
ABC 11 Eyewitness News is sponsored by Capital Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Shop capitalchevrolet.com.
Friends have been telling friends about Colonial Penn guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance for more than 50 years.
Appreciate it for life. Let's go.
Between the age of 50 and 85,
You got 1 hour. You got 1 hour watching. You got 4 thumbs. Let's go. We got 1 hour here watching. We got 1 thumb over here.
Less than 35 cents a day. With Colonial Penn, your rate is another sure thing. It will never increase. And you should know this coverage can last a lifetime.
Call today. 1-800-922-3399.
Glad I'm at the house chilling right now.
We all looked up to Zach so much. My best friend.
My best friend.
Bank statements, text messages. Each step along the way was fake. You wanted to make it so bad in Hollywood.
I'm gonna make it so bad in Hollywood. What up, True Freeman?
Hey, good evening to you. We'll start with those
What
flakes and
up,
flurries.
True? You up late night too?
Predictor forecast model Wednesday night through the overnight into
Just
Thursday
getting off
morning. That's
work.
where we could see some isolated showers working through. It's the last part of this that changes it from rain to some snowflakes. Now, whatever cold air
I'm having
stays
to
away,
relax
we'll
now.
have a lot of snow out of it. But between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m., you could see some flurries
Some
across the area
flurries.
again. Maybe a flurry through this blue area. Some heavier snow showers
Pinehurst,
possible up in
Fayetteville might be
parts
a
of
little
Virginia.
bit, baby.
The bigger
A
story
little
will be the
touch.
change in temperatures.
You
Look at
knocked out over there,
first
bro?
alert
Nah.
forecast model as we head from Wednesday night into Thursday morning. There's that cold air pushing in. Our feels like
Not
temperatures
yet.
17 Lewisburg, 19 in Raleigh, and at times could dip down into the single digits with the gusts. Even by Thursday at 3 o'clock, we're still seeing feels like temperatures in the 20s, just 21 in Roxborough and Oxford. Then as we go into Friday morning, the cold air continues. We stay in
Nah,
the
we
teens
up.
and 20s. Now tonight we're not seeing
We
anything
stretched
like
out
that.
though.
First alert Doppler net is dry and clear. It'll stay that way through the overnight. A look at your overnight forecast. The next 12 hours will stay in the 40s through about 6, 7 in the morning. We'll drop into the upper 30s. The clouds hang with us throughout the day. We'll talk more about those rain
What the hell you
chances
got
in a
going
minute.
on this
We have a
morning?
second chance at seeing some
What the
snowflakes.
hell you got
That's your
going
7-day
on?
forecast coming up in just a bit. More.
All right, Don, thank you. Make sure to download our free ABC 11 mobile app to stay up to date on current weather conditions. We'll send you watches and warnings directly to your devices. You can access live.net and that 7-day forecast at any time.
New tonight in Southern Wake County, police in Fuquay-Varina are investigating a
Fuquay.
drive-by shooting that left one man injured. This happened about 7:30 on McLean Street near the Pine Acres Community Center.
Drive-by shooting.
Officers arrived there on the scene to find a man with gunshot wounds in both of his legs. That victim
Damn,
was
they
taken
shot
to
at both
hospital
his
with
legs.
survived. Police believe the victim was a passenger in a vehicle with two other people. As their vehicle pulled up between two homes, another vehicle approached and someone fired shots at them and then took off. Police do not have a description of the shooter or their vehicle, but they do believe it was an isolated incident.
That's what they're gonna say. What up, McBuds? What up, McBuds? I'm just getting it out, chilling with the homies. Rolling with the homies. Rolling with the homies. Rolling with the homies. What you got popping, McBuds?
But those charges were later dismissed because no evidence of maliciousness or killing of an animal was found. His bond was set at $10,000. Duke will be back in court next month. He was ordered not to own, possess, or have any animals in his care or control.
New tonight, people at Apex speaking out at a town council meeting about their concerns over a massive new data center. The plan has been floated for months, and while there's been no decision yet, many people who live there are fighting to stop it because they have concerns about noise. Tom George was at the meeting and joins us now with more.
Now, again, this is still very early in the process, but next week there is a key meeting, again, here in Apex, this time a joint work session where they'll be going a little bit deeper into the proposal and hopefully get some questions answered.
All wearing red, people from Apex who live near
Okay, the narrow popped over here.
put a stop to the project.
Yeah, a lot of people at Joe Planner showing up.
The proposed site on 190 acres near Old US 1 and Sharon Harris Road would include 4 buildings housing computing and networking for AI and cloud services.
AI.
Telly Holdings has worked on similar projects in Maryland for Fannie Mae and the Social Security Administration. At a previous community meeting, Natelli said they would try and mitigate the noise caused by the cooling system and backup generators. But many neighbors brought up concerns about electricity usage, which would be a big strain on Apex.
The biggest one for us is just the resources it takes to power that thing. It's going to take 25 to 30% of Sharon Harris's power just for that one center. Probably at least 1 million gallons of water per day, which really limits the growth of Apex. And also, from what I understand, the way they negotiate the contract for the power, they get a discount.
Right now, council wanted to make it clear nothing is set in stone, and they want to learn what those impacts are before any further steps are taken.
We all recognize that data centers are going to be a
Did you make the pot roast? Nah, we gonna do that. Nah, we didn't make the pot roast. I had to work.
figure out what's going to be our policy way ahead.
But in the future of AI,
Nah, today we had some
in my backyard.
we had the meatball subs today, which I ain't eat yet. I was at work, but I ain't eating none. That was wife made tonight. But the other day we had the steak and potatoes. We had the day I was gonna eat the roast, the steak, the pot roast. We had the steak, potatoes, broccoli, and cheese with some corn and like a we wrapped it in aluminum foil and put them in the oven. That's what we had Sunday.
There is going to be another key
Yeah.
meeting, this one with the planning board, where we're expected to hear a little bit more
So it was something like it,
can
but
decide on
different.
the proposal in this case. In Apex, Tom George, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.
And your voice, your vote, we are less than a month away from the start of early in-person voting for the March primary elections, and changes are on the way for some counties and some colleges.
Yeah, today the State Board of Elections voted to eliminate Sunday voting hours in some counties and shut down early voting sites at 4 different universities across the state. Janice Price live now with the State Board of Elections in Raleigh with new reaction to all this tonight. Janice.
State voting right advocates say this decision really suppresses the young vote, making it difficult for those students who do not have transportation to get to these new voting sites off campus. Now, the Republican-led board cited a number of factors for their decision, including proximity and parking.
Some more on students.
Had homemade sloppy joes. Oh, snap the sloppy joes. The sloppy J's. I still ain't made mine yet. The man was still in the cabinet.
Please let us continue.
The board moved forward with plans to eliminate early in-person voting sites at colleges across the state, including UNCG, Western Carolina, Elon, and North Carolina A&T, where students showed up, pushing back against the board's decision, holding signs, and then a small rally outside the building.
They decided to steer, but they know that outside of that conference room, they cannot do anything to stop our voices from being heard.
The early voting primary election plans were brought to the State Board of Elections by a dozen counties after the local boards couldn't come to a unanimous decision, forcing the state to have the final say. Some State Board of Election members cited proximity, logistics, and parking availability as some of the reasons for their decisions to pull the early voting sites from college campuses.
I'm specifically thinking of the university sites. Can I drive in and park anywhere on the university without a pass?
There are obvious efforts to suppress the votes of certain voters.
Oh, wait. Doctor said all my x-rays look good.
At North Carolina Central University, the school isn't
Fine, yes, that's what's up.
has been for years. He's following what happened today
True.
One would think that everybody who is a part of the election process and the election apparatus would want the same thing. But obviously, that's not the case. And of course, there are reasons for that.
In addition to eliminating early voting sites, the state election board members also voted to eliminate Sunday early voting hours in 5 counties, including Wayne and Harnett County. Hall says Sunday voting is synonymous with faith-based groups and their push to get out the vote.
It becomes one of those vehicles that have been used in the past, that are being used now in order to get people out to vote. And again, with the technology that we have, we should be making voting easier as opposed to making it more difficult.
Hall says he hopes that churches and universities will counteract today's decision using every resource possible, transportation and programming to help get out and vote. We're live from Raleigh.
Yeah, what y'all got going on the rest of the day? The Nero got his infusions tomorrow. The Nero said he had some Joes last Friday on Hawaiian Rolls. Yeah, there we go. Fire.
Freeman says it's too early in the investigation to say if a crime has been committed and her office will follow the evidence. She adds public officials have a duty to spend taxpayer money appropriately.
Anytime public money is being spent, those of us who work in the public sector, we have a duty to spend that money, in an appropriate way, to use it efficiently, effectively on behalf of the people.
Meanwhile, the mayor of Cary tells us Stiegel has not yet received any severance pay and won't get any until all contractual obligations have been met. The mayor
I don't use the canned stuff like loaded with big chunks of onions, sweet peppers. Okay. Where I grew up off the cans. That's what we grew up on. The sandwiches. Never ate no homemade sandwich. We was raised for a sandwich.
Tired of overpriced rentals? Purchase your designer tuxedo at formal wear outlets starting at just $99. Shop the largest selection of tuxedos and suits in the Carolinas. Classic, slim fit, big and tall, we've got you covered. Plus accessories stunning new designer formal dresses. Dress sharp, feel amazing, and save big. Only at Formal Wear Outlet in Hillsboro.
The next generation of Fire TVs is here. All new Alexa Plus and Omnisense tech make your TV smarter and more personalized. All with stunning 4K clarity. Transform any room into something extraordinary with Fire TV.
Marriage case, hell yeah. For real. You want a marriage? That's all I know.
Tell me about the boy that was following us out of the train station.
Actually, yeah. I know you think it's crazy, but what would happen if you didn't catch your flight home today? If you take it on off, you can miss it. And you'll get a boy around.
Big man with that cut of potatoes fries. Them home fries. Home fries.
Demonstrations continue in Minneapolis where federal agents use tear gas to break up crowds protesting against immigration and customs enforcement.
One of the standoffs happening less than a block from the scene of that deadly shooting of Renee Good. It comes as President Trump vows, quote, reckoning and retribution is coming to Minnesota, accusing Democrats there of causing unrest. ABC's Melissa Adon has the very latest.
Protest against immigration and customs enforcement intensifying in Minnesota. New video shows the moment a federal agent deploys an irritant to a crowd of protesters. As tense moments unfold less than a block away from where Renee Good was shot and killed by ICE agent Jonathan Ross nearly a week ago. The Department of Justice calling the killing justified and are not cooperating with state or local agencies on an investigation. ABC News has learned at least 6 federal prosecutors working out of Minnesota have resigned out of concerns that the Department of Justice is focusing the shooting investigation into Good, who they have called a domestic terrorist, and her ties to groups that have been protesting in the city. And new video obtained by Bring Me the News showing DHS agents arresting 2 workers at a Minnesota Target last week. A state lawmaker say they were U.S. citizens.
Our ICE operation in Minnesota, for example, is finding hundreds of killers, violent predators, and child rapists, some of the worst criminal offenders anywhere in the world, murderers all over the place.
Minnesota and the Twin Cities filing lawsuits alleging agents were told to, quote, push the envelope of immigration enforcement tactics. President Trump responding to that suit on Truth Social. Right. Minnesota Democrats love the unrest that anarchists and professional agitators are causing. Fear not, great people of Minnesota, the day of reckoning and retribution is coming. Some Democratic lawmakers in D.C. speaking out against immigration and customs enforcement tactics.
ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, relentless in their cruelty and their aggressiveness in communities like Los Angeles and Chicago and Portland and now Minneapolis and beyond.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The Justice Department continues its deep dive processing of massive trove of Epstein files. Now, the department is pushing hundreds of lawyers to review pages faster. That's according to a recent email from DOJ leadership and court filings over the past few days. An email from the head of the Justice Department's Criminal Division asked his team to aim to review documents at a pace of 1,000 pages a day. The Justice Department is making redactions to documents as it operates under a mandate to make the Epstein files public in compliance with the transparency law.
In entertainment news, some of the biggest names in Hollywood are in New York City tonight for the National Board of Review Gala.
It's one of several award shows leading up to the Oscars, one battle after another. Won Best Film, Leonardo DiCaprio won Best Actor. Ryan Coogler took home the prize for Best Original Screenplay for Sinners. He's emerging as an Oscar frontrunner and spoke to entertainment reporter Joel Bartulo alongside his creative writing teacher.
For me, the reward has been all of it. Like just getting the script done was a type of reward. Getting my crew together was a type of reward. Getting everybody to come to the runs, getting to share the screen without
tour in nearly 7 years. It kicks off on April 9th with 3 hometown concerts in South Korea. Then after shows in Japan, BTS is heading to North America. And if you want to see them, you'll have to travel a little bit of distance. The closest stops are in Tampa and Baltimore. Pre-sale tickets go on sale on January 22nd, 23rd. General public sales launch the following day. And Alicia, our producer, is our resident BTS expert, knows all things BTS. Says a new album is coming out, so BTS fans are excited to see the new concert.
New music.
That's right.
Always
New music's
excites
on the
fans.
way. Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got to get ready for this Arctic blast, and Don's going to be filling us in on the possibility of some flakes, a couple of chances.
Rain, flakes, cold.
A little bit of effort staying over the next several days. Yes, right. Good evening to you. Let's talk about that. Show you the 7 days. Tomorrow we're at 56. That's the warmest day of the next 7. Then the numbers go down. Some colder air Thursday into Friday. Look at this Thursday night into Friday morning. 18 degrees. We'll stay in the 40s. And another push of colder air Sunday into Monday. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But factor the winds in this week. And I'm not sure what just happened there. That's our emoji forecast. He is not happy with tomorrow. If you're headed out and about tomorrow, not bad, not great, just some cloud cover working through. So we will watch for some mild temps as we go through the day. Remember, you can get that emoji forecast anytime in our 6:30 online only broadcast. We'd love for you to join us tomorrow after the 6 o'clock news. Now let's show you these feels like numbers. Wednesday 32, Thursday 22. And by Friday morning, that feels like temperature could get down to 7. And then we surge back up and we stay cold. If you've got plans to work outside, maybe you're doing a day of service for Dr. King's Day on Monday, just 12 degrees. You're going to want to bundle up that day as well. Live look on our first floor dock tonight, scanning the skies, not seeing any rainfall out there. We'll stay dry all night. Still live look on the Mutual Tower Sky Cam. Downtown Durham's at 46. Mainly clear on the south-southwest wind at 10 miles per hour. Manny and Murphy tonight, 45 out at the coast, 42 right now in Greenville. Chase City's at 45. Lumberton's actually colder under clear sky. You dropped to 37 degrees, 47 out in the Tri, and 46 in Charlotte. Look at Boone, 29 degrees out in the mountains tonight. It will get colder. Around here, we'll see those numbers down into the 30s. Seasonal average is 32. We'll get to 37 in Raleigh, 38 in Durham, Fayetteville, 37 Clinton, 36 Roanoke Rapids, and Henderson. Satellite radar composite. We had some high clouds earlier, but those skies have cleared. That's helped to slam those temperatures down. Now, rain works through parts of Indiana, Illinois, into Missouri. This is the first of 2 cold fronts that will work through the Midwest. Now, we will see some of that colder air on into the end of the work week. Now, when you first look predictor forecast model, will cloudy you start the day tomorrow. Notice there is a chance of an isolated shower. Most of you will not see a lot of rain, but a shower could fire tomorrow. So throw the umbrella in the car as you head to work or the kids head to school. As we get into Thursday morning, that cold air pushes in right here along this boundary. There could be a flurry or 2. Don't think it's going to be much, but the possibility is there for a flurry. And then Thursday, we stay very cold. Temperatures in the 30s, wind chills in the 20s throughout the day on Thursday. Tomorrow, cloud cover around. Notice Fayetteville is a higher chance of rain as those showers pass through in the afternoon. 53 there, 53 in Durham, and 56 in Raleigh. First alert 7-day forecast showing those temperatures getting colder. Friday, great hockey night in Raleighwood, 44, feeling like hockey weather. Saturday, partly sunny, 54. Sunday, 42. Sunday night into Monday as we get another push of cold air. Could see another round of flurries. Not anticipating anything big yet. We'll keep an eye on it. Sunday, 42, and we stay in the upper 30s on into Tuesday. So feeling like January, certainly over the next 7 days, guys. Yeah. The emoji guy snuck in here at the 11 o'clock news. Maybe he should become a regular part of it.
I like him.
I think he'll add to it. So there you go.
Don, thank you. So closing the gap in providing care for those who are living with an eating disorder, we'll tell you about the first of its kind treatment center now open in Bull City.
Did you know the state bird is the common moon? I've chosen NFL superstar Justin Jefferson to go undercover as a nature photographer to see what the fast-growing sport of flag football is all about. I know nothing about football. I'm into bird watching. Guys, can I play?
Yeah. Set, go.
Wait a minute, what is this guy doing? This is the undercover. I just love taking pictures.
The next generation of Fire TVs is here. All new Alexa Plus and Omnisense tech make your TV smarter and more personalized. All with stunning 4K clarity. Transform any room into something extraordinary.
The Durham nonprofit, the Emily K program, has opened the country's first ever residential inpatient center dedicated to treating an eating disorder known as avoidant restrictive food intake disorder in adults. That's when people severely limit the amount of food they eat.
We toured the around-the-clock center designed for individuals with complex needs. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder has historically been viewed as a pediatric condition. Clinicians say they are seeing a growing number of adults struggling with this disorder, often without access to any specialized care. Clinic leaders say this is a major step in treating eating disorders.
We know that only about 30% of people with an eating disorder ever get care. We're trying to decrease that number because people shouldn't have to suffer in silence with any eating disorder. And so it really is, particularly to the Triangle, like this is a first in the nation program, and it makes sense that it's here.
This program also offers care for sensory sensitivity, neurodivergence, and anxiety disorders. The center is located on Syrup Creek Drive in Durham. Okay, next week is a chance for you to pay it forward donating blood in our 6th annual ABC 11 Together blood drive.
Yes, Wednesday, January 21st from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Appointments are available at the Embassy Suites Crabtree in Raleigh, the streets of South Point in Durham, and Fayetteville Technical Community College. You can make an appointment by going to abc11.com, and walk-ins are also accepted. Remember, the news is always on at abc11.com, and we hope to see you back here tomorrow night.
ABC 11 Eyewitness News is sponsored by Capital Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Shop capitalchevrolet.com.
Is this real? Or has this been happening inside my head? Of course it is happening inside your head, Harry. It is not real. Is it really Harry Potter? Harry Potter. Are you considered?
Harry, look, great, what is it you do?
Harry Potter. The boy who
Harry Potter, like you've never heard it before. The full cast audio editions. Listen on Audible.
It's the NBA on Drive. Thursday is a trio of games as the league goes global. It all tips off with the Grizzlies and Magic battling the Berlin. At 7 p.m. Eastern, the Thunder look to ground the Rockets in Houston. Then the Knicks head to the Bay to take on the Warriors. Thursday, coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
For all the ways you watch, we're with you. Find us in the App Store. Your next favorite.
only on Hulu.
Wherever news breaks, ABC News Live Prime. We'll take you there.
This morning on World News Now, new clashes between protesters and federal officers in Minneapolis. Flashbangs deployed amid growing anger over the death of Renee Good as more federal prosecutors resign over how her case is being handled by the government. Also this morning, new reporting on higher price of groceries as the president says the economic boom has begun. He made those comments in Michigan where he was heckled by a factory worker called a pedophile protector. Now that worker, what did he say about the encounter? Plus, the Virginia man accused of a double murder in order to avoid divorce. His alleged ex-lover, the family's nanny, takes the stand. And later, we'll lighten things up on this National Dress Up Your Pet Day, showing how cats don't always comply. This Wednesday, January 14th.
From ABC News, this is World News Now.
Thank you so much for starting your Wednesday morning with us. I'm Hannah Batal. And I'm Sophie Clay. Those cat videos are too cute. Do your cats, do they dress up? Never. I don't think I've ever had a pet that will let me put a costume on them. Have you? No, no chance. But gosh, I'm jealous now. Now I have a new thing to be very envious over. It really does take some skill. We'll get to that fun story later in the show. But we start this morning with our top story involving the tensions boiling over as more federal agents hit the street in Minneapolis. The agents used tear gas and pepper spray and even flashbangs on angry protesters overnight. Many of those demonstrators are demanding justice for Renee Good, who was shot and killed by an ICE agent. At least 6 federal prosecutors have resigned over the Justice Department's handling of the investigation. ABC's Melissa Atom has the latest.
Protest against immigration and customs enforcement intensifying in Minnesota. New video shows the moment a federal agent deploys an irritant to a crowd of protesters. As tense moments unfold less than a block away from where Renee Good was shot and killed by ICE agent Jonathan Ross nearly a week ago. The Department of Justice calling the killing justified and are not cooperating with state or local agencies on an investigation. ABC News has learned at least 6 federal prosecutors working out of Minnesota have resigned out of concerns that the Department of Justice is focusing the shooting investigation into Good, who they have called a domestic terrorist, and her ties to groups that have been protesting in the city. And new video obtained by Bring Me the News showing DHS agents arresting 2 workers at a Minnesota Target last week. A state lawmaker saying they were U.S. citizens.
Our ICE operation in Minnesota, for example, is finding hundreds of killers, violent predators and child rapists, some of the worst criminal offenders anywhere in the world, murderers all over the place.
Minnesota and the Twin Cities filing lawsuits alleging agents were told to, quote, push the envelope of immigration enforcement tactics. President Trump responding to that suit on Truth Social, writing, Minnesota Democrats love the unrest that anarchists and professional agitators are causing. Fear not, great people of Minnesota, the day of reckoning and retribution is coming. Some Democratic lawmakers in D.C. speaking out against immigration and customs enforcement tactics.
ICE agents, Border Patrol agents, relentless in their cruelty and their aggressiveness in communities like Los Angeles and Chicago and Portland and now Minneapolis and beyond.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Melissa, thanks. The four ministers of Greenland and Denmark are headed to Washington today to meet with Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. They're set to discuss President Trump's push to take over Greenland. Standing next to the Danish leader, the Prime Minister of Greenland said if they have to choose between the U.S. and Denmark, they choose Denmark, NATO, and the EU. The people of Greenland are also sending a message to Trump for Trump to back off with T-shirts that read Greenland is not for sale. Americans are feeling the pinch as President Trump claims an economic boom is underway. The new figures show the sharpest rise in grocery prices in 3 years, up nearly 2.5% in December compared to the year before. The president had a different outlook during a visit to Michigan. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
President Trump touring a Ford factory in Michigan, painting a rosy picture of the economy.
The Trump economic boom is officially begun.
But new numbers show inflation up 2.7% since this time last year. Gas prices are down, but household staples like coffee up nearly 20%, ground beef up more than 15%, candy up 10%. The typical American household now spending $184 more a month to purchase the same goods and services as a year ago.
One of our top priorities of this mission is promoting greater affordability.
The president blaming Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell for not further lowering interest rates.
If I had to help them, the Fed would be easier. But that jerk will be gone soon.
Trump's Justice Department has launched a criminal investigation into Powell and renovations of Fed buildings. Powell says it's part of the president's pressure campaign. And JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon is sounding the alarm, saying everyone we know believes in Fed independence, and anything that chips away at that is probably not a great idea. Top Republicans also skeptical.
If the Justice Department is pursuing something, I hope they have a smoking gun or something, because I don't think you trifle with the Federal Reserve, with the central bank.
I asked the president. Trump heckled by a man who shouted pedophile protector. The president responding with what seemed to be an expletive, then appearing to give the man the finger. The White House saying the man was, quote, in a complete fit of rage, and the president gave an appropriate and unambiguous response. The president making his economic pitch there in Michigan after spending the last several weeks focused on foreign affairs. But President Trump and Republicans know well that the midterms are quickly approaching and that the economy is the top issue for voters. Mary Bruce, ABC News, the White House.
Mary, thanks. That worker who heckled the president says he's been suspended pending an investigation. He tells the Washington Post he has no regrets, but is concerned about his job. The Supreme Court appeared ready to uphold laws in 2 states barring transgender girls from taking part in girls' and women's sports. The conservative justices seemed to side with Idaho and West Virginia, skeptical that the bans are discriminatory on the basis of sex. 21 other states allow transgender girls to take part, and the justices appear to embrace a state-by-state approach. A decision is expected in June. Now to the NFL, where yet another head coaching job has opened up. It's the 9th one this season. Yeah, seems like it's been one after another now, but this one might be the rarest of all in new uniform.
Yeah, this is crazy. Since 1969, which is a long time, the Pittsburgh Steelers have only had 3 head coaches. Well, we learned yesterday, Super Bowl champ Mike Tomlin, who was the longest tenured coach in the NFL, will be stepping down after 19 years. The team lost pretty badly, as we showed you, on Monday Night Football, playoffs against the Texans. Even though in Tomlin's time, never had a losing season, which is crazy. So Tomlin also John Harbaugh, now gone from the Ravens after nearly 2 decades. Who is now the NFL's longest tenured coach? Guys, do a guess. I only
We're
asked.
the same team.
Yes, who's with their team the longest? I wouldn't have asked this if I didn't think you'd get it. So
Bill
that.
Belichick?
Okay, now Bill
That's
Belichick.
what I was gonna say.
Currently coaching. Remember, he was calling at UNC.
Right.
Who in the NFL? I'll give you a hint. A player on this team
questioning 25-year-old Juliana McGallis on what they claim was a plot to kill her employer's wife, Christine Banfield, and frame an unsuspecting stranger for the murder.
Where did you think when you found it out? The person
Prosecutors say McGallis teamed up with 40-year-old Brendan Banfield, a former IRS officer, to create a fake profile on a sex website, eventually luring Joseph Ryan to the home to kill both men. Prosecutors say Banfield wanted to avoid a costly divorce and keep custody of his 4-year-old daughter. They say Ryan was shot multiple times and Christine was stabbed. The crime scene, they say, was staged to look like a break-in. When the 911 call from the scene was played in court yesterday, Banfield got her home.
So what you did the clean cloth and applied to that pressure to where you're bleeding from, okay?
Banfield's attorney says he'll prove Christine Banfield communicated directly with Ryan, casting doubt on the prosecution's setup theory. And he says McGallis, an immigrant from Brazil, insisted she was innocent until prosecutors offered her a sweet deal to change her story. Moglays testifying that before they carried out the plot, Banfield changed the windows in the house to improve soundproofing and check for doorbell cameras in the neighborhood. Banfield could face life in prison if convicted on murder charges. Morales has already pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter. Her testimony resumes today. Coming up, how trash talk of daytime TV of the 80s and 90s set the stage for today's reality TV. We're hearing from its founding fathers, Greg Bowditch. And later, this is happening. Yes, it is National Dress Up Your Hat Day. You're watching World News Now.
For all the ways you watch, we're with you. deadly repercussion of bearing it all.
3 days later, it ended in murder.
Daytime talk shows in the 80s and 90s drew in millions of viewers with sometimes outrageous guests.
What had previously been taboo was suddenly okay for national television.
Right.
What did you make of that transition?
I just think what happened was that a lot of people just wanted to be on TV, but a lot of people wanted to unburden themselves. Television became more intimate, and I think that we just tapped into that.
In an unaired 1995 episode of The Jenny Jones Show, Scott Amador, who was openly gay, professed his crush on Jonathan Schmitz, a straight man. While Schmitz laughed it off on camera, days later, he shot and killed Amador and served prison time for second-degree murder.
That changed everything. Huge compilations of pages that guests had to sign in order to go on the show. We couldn't surprise guests anymore. I think after the Jenny Jones incident, every single talk show had aftercare. They had psychologists, they had counselors on staff.
Nightline is here. He revisited some of the more memorable Maury moments. Common theme? Guests divulging family secrets.
Well, I had an affair. And what's the second part of the secret? This little step over. But there's another part too.
We want to air this on national television.
That's right. Because they felt they had to. I mean, you'll see you're going to the right, I'm going to the left.
Separated in the raging floodwaters, he took a vacation home in Elk Park off his foundation.
I'm on the cabin on the river, so we found his property and I decided to go ahead and put a cabin on there.
The plans retired to their mountain cabins. The couple lived in Sanford. Kim, a career school teacher in Lee County at Stanley Middle School.
She was a retirement.
When the Ashby's hurricane hit western North Carolina, they traveled from Sanford to their cabin in western North Carolina.
We went up to open up the garage door and put braces underneath the door so that the water didn't go through.
Rod says the day Helene hit 6:27 in the morning, the Elk River was high outside their home. But not long after, Rod says he heard a big crash.
I went down the stairs and I saw the outside wall lift up about 3.5 inches off the concrete. And I told her that once and never now.
Rod says Kim, along with their 3 dogs, tried to escape from a window in the back of the house. But before they could do that, the house got knocked off its foundation and slid in the river.
We were in the room, the water come up and boats, but then it started floating around because I was over there and on the pavement. It started floating around. And we were heading down the river.
You can see in this picture captured by one of their neighbors, the Ashby's house flowing down the river. Rod, Kim, and their 3 dogs inside.
I watched the house turn. And I told him, we're gonna hit the pavement. And we hit the pavement. And at that point, I found myself, I was under the water. I couldn't see anything because everybody on the rig came up on 20 feet from me. So I crawled over and I was pulling out, trying to pull out the debris. I couldn't get out. Lose some debris. And I got him up behind me and started flying here and coming out. Everything is kind of went that way. She went to the right when I went to the left. And I just found myself in the water, going down through the water, and I was hitting a bunch of trees and stuff. I was flying and grabbing trees and I was just holding it and wanting to call out.
Banged up, but desperately looking for his wife.
And I get up in the morning and go try to find Kim.
Rod wasn't alone. As Kim's family, along with search and rescue crews and hundreds of volunteers, desperately searched for Kim for months. And while they did find her clothes, they have not found Kim a year after Helene.
You realize when you're standing on top of a mountain by yourself, what's really important is God. It's not the materials and stuff. That's just stuff. People, you're dependent. Especially when I don't even think they ask for it.
The official search for Kim has ended, and her family did have a celebration of life for Kim. Rod says he doesn't have hope Kim will be found, and it's okay.
At this point, I just wanted to be if that makes sense. So rather than just let her rest in peace.
It has been such a tough year for Rod. Understandably, you can hear and see the heartbreak that he is going through, and he is not
Jesse's mom and dad. So many homes in Craigtown, the family's proud history, piles of rubble. In the days after Helene, Jesse walked me around his family's land, still numb to the loss. But he wanted to share how his grandfather bought this land more than 80 years ago. And for decades, the Craig family continues to call it home. While the weeks after Helene were so tough,
I catch myself thinking almost every day, standing in the middle of all of this unfathomable destruction and miracles that came out of it that are walking back to the
some of those miracles. Look at this red truck. One of Jesse's family survived the onslaught inside of it. When the mudslides came, carrying his truck to here, he had to break the back window to escape. Another family saved from this house.
It was not over.
Now, a year after Helene, Craigtown looks vastly different.
The man looks better, but our hearts will forever be scarred, a piece of us. A huge, huge, huge piece of us at that day. And we have spent the last year trying to figure out.
As we walked around where Jesse's parents' house once stood.
This is morning glory. This is my mom's favorite flower. She planted it in May. This was where the porch was.
Little, unexpected blessings.
She got the seeds of her great grandmother.
This family is still with them.
Yeah, the little piece survived.
Also still standing strong, this flag Jesse and his cousin found in the debris and placed here days after.
We saw so many miracles through the game, and we let kind of help you keep the faith because it's like even through the bad, there's always going to be good somewhere.
And focusing on that good is what Jesse and his wife says has helped them get through the dark days this last year, which includes the overwhelming support they did receive. Meet the new Fire TV Stick 4K Select. Transform your TV with brilliant 4K streaming and crystal clear picture with effortless setup. Simplify the endless scrolling with personalized recommendations and easy searching with Alexa. The perfect upgrade for your TV is here. Fire TV Stick 4K Select. All you're looking for.
Is this real, or has this been happening inside my head? Of course it is happening inside your head, Harry. Why on earth should I believe it? Because it is not real. It really is. Harry Potter. Are you celebrity?
Harry, what a great visit you know.
Harry Potter. The boy who
Harry Potter, like you've never heard it before. All Harry's audio editions. Listen on Audible.
It's the NBA on Friday. Thursday is a trio of games as the league goes global. It all tips off with the Grizzlies and Magic battling in Berlin. At 7 p.m. Eastern, the Thunder look to ground the Nuggets in Houston. Then the Knicks head to the Bay to take on the Warriors. Thursday, coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
July 8th, 2015, one of the most consequential days
like the Grand Bohemian, all of it was underwater. 1 year later, there is still a lot of work to do, but there's still plenty of hopeful signs of the city rising again.
Thank you, what?
Again in Asheville's Corner Kitchen.
I like to think that we would like to do that. This plaque right here shows you how high the water actually got.
This plaque now memorializing the Helene floodwater line tapped in newly constructed walls and flooring, 2 levels of dining area completely rebuilt.
You see that there there.
A year ago, Corner Kitchen was in ruins. The 20-year-old Asheville restaurant, famous for its everyday brunch and daily egg Benedict specials, was covered in mud and muck. It took weeks for the water to recede, and then came the months-long effort to rebuild. And on August 10th,
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Corner Kitchen opened its doors to diners once again. Native Ashevillean Patrick Hackney is the brunch manager.
People walk in that you haven't seen in 7 or 8 months, and what are they saying to you?
Oh, just say thank you. Thank you for being back. Thank you for doing the work you did here.
It's been very hard to see some of the stuff that we've seen.
Determined tourists like Pam Horwell and Randy Smith are here for a conference, but these Tennessee out-of-towners made it a mission after Helene to keep Asheville on their destination calendar.
Coming from and living in a tourist area ourselves, we certainly understand and respect how vital and important that tourism piece is.
We were here 2 months ago and stayed at the DoubleTree, and none of this was open. And it was so eye-opening and so heartbreaking. So we come over here and spend our money to help the economy.
Just across Biltmore Village, the famed row of shops and stores which were submerged in water this time last year are in varying states of repair. Some of them days or weeks or months from reopening, but it's not guaranteed.
The place was hit so hard, and so whole towns will wipe out from that. You know, and the fact that we're still here, and people are happy we're here, and we can give them some comfort, you know, that while everything's different, we're still the same. That's everything.
This is my first time back in Asheville since December 2023. I proposed to my now wife right over at the Biltmore estate. That night we had dinner just across the street at the Grand Bohemian. It's a special place for me and so many others. And it has been heartening for me and a lot of the folks that we've been talking to on the streets to start feeling this place come back to life after all of that Helene despair.
It's the NBA on Pride. Thursday is a trio of games as the league goes global. It all tips off with the Grizzlies and Magic battling in Berlin. At 7 p.m. Eastern, the Thunder look to crown the Rockets in Houston. Then, the Knicks head to the Bay to take on the Warriors. Thursday, coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
Tell me about the boy that was following us out of the train station.
I know you think it's crazy. What would happen if you didn't catch your flight home today? If you take the wrong path, you can miss it and regret it all your life. Did you know the state bird is the common moon? I've chosen NFL superstar Justin Jefferson to go undercover as a nature photographer to see what the fast-growing sport of flag football is all about. I know nothing about football. I'm in some bird watching. Guys, can I play? Yeah. Set, go. Hey, look at this guy doing. This is the undercover. I just love taking pictures.
One of the more than
do know that that fear is there.
The fear still there. A year later for Mary Garrison, the widow of the Fairview Battalion Fire Chief Tony Garrison. He lost his life while trying to save others during Hurricane Helene.
He grabbed his coat and he does what he does. He's gone.
Gone out the front door after seeing a landslide in front of their home.
I had no clue that that would be the last time that I saw him because it didn't occur to me. It's like I've been his wife for 28 years and, you know, he's been in the fire service for most of that.
Mary saw her husband save his relative from her home shown here, and then the Garrison son Dylan, nephew, went with Tony to help rescue others.
I saw him and my son and my nephew go down the hill at his cousin's house, and that was the last time we saw them.
Another massive landslide wiped out more homes than what's known in their community as Craigtown and Fairview, killing 11 people from one big extended family.
We were told that my husband and my son and my nephew had all passed. I hit my knees because I couldn't believe. I happened to look out her door and I saw a movement. And I realized that somebody had somebody on their back and they had a red coat on. And I remember thinking that my son had a red coat on. I couldn't get out the words, is he dead? And they're like, he's alive. But we've got to get him out of this cold, because he had been caught up in the landslide.
Covered in mud, but alive.
I wrapped myself around him. And I remember just saying, please die.
While Mary stayed with her son, her mind still thinking about her husband Tony.
I was very much torn because that's your husband. But you've been told multiple times that he didn't make it. So if I felt like I could have gone to him, I would have.
Tony and his nephew Brandon both died in the landslide. Dylan survived and while pretty banged up, no major injuries. Since Helene, Mary says Dylan has been able to share what those last moments were like with his dad.
He said we heard a noise. And we looked up. He said his dad said run. And he said, Mom, he said, there was just a time. He said we took 3, maybe 4 steps. And he said our feet was just swept out from under us when they found Dylan. His dad had his arm around him in some way. Tony saved 2 lives that day.
Since that day, Mary says a day does not go by that she doesn't think of her husband.
He loved his family. He had some of the funniest sayings, the most unique laugh.
He also loved his job, a career firefighter.
I cannot say thank you enough to the men and women of his fire department because I know he was their brother, but I became their sister because they took care of me and they took care of my kids at a time when we didn't know what our future looked like other than it was just dark.
While this last year since Helene has been so tough, Mary, along with Dylan and their daughter Hannah, traveled to Maryland when Tony was honored at the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial.
The way that they honored him as well as all the others, it was amazing to see. It was very hard to see his name, but I was glad that I was there for that.
Tony also honored at the North Carolina Fallen Firefighter Memorial Service.
We've been treated like family everywhere we've gone.
As for Dylan, who was with his dad the day he lost his life, he's now following in his father's footsteps, graduating from the Fire Academy.
Right now, I just take it day by day.
For Mary,
hour by hour, minute by minute.
She did get this tattoo so she could always have a piece of Tony with her, as it's his thumbprint and the shape of a heart.
That to a way to always feel that her husband is close to her.
In the NFL, there's a football side and there's an at-home side.
You have to be that elite talent on the field. But also when you come home, you have to be that elite dad. At point, I'll dial. I'm Dad's here. My kid's here. Let's go, man.
Everyone's pregnant this year.
We're going to the same thing. I can see a football team. Hey, Billy, up in. 1, 2, 3.
July 8th, 2015, one of the most consequential days in the history of the National Basketball Association and the Internet.
DeAndre Jordan is having second thoughts in a full-blown NBA crisis. What did we do? When their entire future is vanishing. I haven't even watched anymore. As if he jumped. It didn't get much longer than this. DeAndre Jordan, what in hell? We all love Zach so much. Like my best friend. Hollywood's biggest mom mistake. The landscape of text messages is so roads made. We wanted to make it so bad in Hollywood. He was willing to do anything.
The town of Swananoa was one of the hardest hit communities, and I've been here reporting on it since the moment the waters came rushing through and took out this bridge, and where I'm standing was once a gas station. There is some progress happening here, happening faster for some than others. For the Mills family in Swananoa, it has taken the whole year for them to see some relief. Their home was destroyed in the flood, taking it off its foundation and leaving it frozen in time at the point they had to escape through the roof. 1 year later, after many tears, several moves, and questioning faith, their relief appeared in the form of a new custom-built, flood-resilient home.
I feel like we won the lottery of a lot more patience with pretty much anything now. Yeah, I mean, the ones you love, really, it's not even like top thing that matters, it's like the only thing that matters. Like, I don't know, I could live in a shack, and as long as my folks are okay, then it's cool.
Cameron Scott, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.
Hard to imagine looking at it right now, but when Hurricane Helene hit, the Pigeon River rose 28 feet. That meant everything where we are right now was underwater here in Canton, including this brewery. The blue awning was the only sign that you could see that this brewery, they have been working hard to clean everything up, and now, a year later, you're almost ready to open again. Helene may have tried to force last call at Bearwater Brewing in Canton.
A year later, there's still beer from the inside from last year that we haven't drained yet.
The tanks may have held inside, but everything outside them was underwater.
Still a little bit of post-traumatic stress. And every time it rains hard, you start looking at that river.
They already rebuilt once after Fred in 2021, but that was nothing compared to the lead. They wondered if it was worth it a second time.
You get asked that a lot of the family is really, why? I mean, the first time was ego. Second time, why would you do it again? And that's where, it really is our heart.
It took a lot of work, and even now, they still find dirt left over.
Every cranny, behind doors, behind walls.
After almost a year of work, finally getting close to finishing up their new bar and kitchen, they had to change some things around.
All of our canning and kegging, that nature for the operations in place. And the bad part about this building is the floor we're standing on now is the same level as the river base.
The tanks will be retired, and the brewing will now be done off-site at another location and then brought to the bar.
It's actually like leaning on an older friend to help you out.
Those new changes will make it easier in case another storm hits, that they can evacuate with what they need. But just like the rest of Canton, as the Milltown reinvents itself, living to fight another day and reopening just in time to mark 1 year since Helene.
It is in here and
Mm.
Ready for a well-deserved toast 1 year later. Here's how we can. In Canton, Tom George, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
And it's that sense of community that so many people are holding on to as the recovery process continues.
So many touching stories.